What is going on, Headliner Nation? Jake, Fantasy Headliners. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there today. We finally made it through the week, and with the weekend right around the corner, it's time we finalize some of our fantasy football lineups. So what we're doing here today, the top 20 quarterbacks for the weekend games here in Week 9 fantasy football. We're not going to waste a whole lot of time kicking it right off here with number 20. And that's where we're going to find Nick Foles, Chicago Bears, with a matchup going up against the Tennessee Titans. Not a horrible matchup for him this week. The biggest issue is really a higher ceiling, right? Foles usually hovers right around 14 to 15 fantasy points a week, but his wide receivers are getting open. He's just having a hard time getting on the same page with them. Not going to go overly high on him this week. Once again, got him at number 20. Number 19, Daniel Jones, New York Giants, with a matchup against the Washington football team. Now, with a banged-up running game in New York, it's really led to Daniel Jones having to throw the ball more down the field, and it's resulting in a few more fantasy points every week. Plus, he's shown a little bit of a rushing upside at times. Got Daniel Jones at 19. Number 18 is Tua Tagovailoa of the Miami Dolphins, a matchup this week going up against the Arizona Cardinals, a very high-powered offense of the Arizona Cardinals, which should force Tua to have to throw the ball all 4 quarters. They're slowly going to continue to open up this playbook a little bit more and a little bit more each week. I like Tua. He's going to start creeping up the rankings here if he can produce on game days. Got him right here at number 18. Number 17, Kirk Cousins, Minnesota Vikings, a matchup against the Detroit Lions. Not a bad matchup whatsoever, but with the possibility of no Matthew Stafford. We already know there's no Kenny Golladay this week. Maybe the Vikings can go out there and get a lead and just rely on Dalvin Cook. Plus, Kirk Cousins is what you would call inconsistent on a weekly basis. Got him down here as a mid-quarterback, too, at number 17. Number 16 is Teddy Bridgewater, Carolina Panthers, going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, all signs are pointing to Christian McCaffrey being activated and fully ready to go in this game. If that's the case, Teddy B may move up a couple spots by this weekend. But as of right now, he's struggled with consistency over the past couple weeks, so he's dropped down a few spots to number 16. Number 15 is Cam Newton, New England Patriots. Really the only reason he's even this high is he's playing the New York Jets this week on Monday Night Football, a primetime game, and we know Cam likes the spotlight. Does he call his own number around the goal line this week? I believe he does, and gets back on the board with some rushing touchdowns. Got Cam Newton at 15. Number 14 is Drew Brees, New Orleans Saints, Sunday Night Football, going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a rematch from Week 1. Now, Brees won that game in Week 1, but Brady had the better fantasy game. Does Drew Brees get back Michael Thomas this week? Possibly, but still questionable. As of right now, until we can see him back on the field and fully healthy, that's going to limit the ceiling of Drew Brees. Going up against a very difficult defense of Tampa Bay puts Drew Brees down here at 14. Number 13 is going to be Drew Lock, Denver Broncos, going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Maybe a little bit high for some people, but a healthy Noah Fant really helps Drew Lock a lot more than people may think. With Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler and then Noah Fant, Drew Lock has that opportunity for a solid fantasy day. Plus, we saw him for the first time last week actually look a little bit more comfortable since coming back from his shoulder injury. As of right now, got him at number 13. Number 12 going to be his opponent in that game, Matt Ryan, Atlanta Falcons. The biggest issue with Matt Ryan lately is A, the health of his receivers is one, but B, he's just not finding the end zone through the air, and it's really capping his ceiling, right? The pass attempts are still there, the yardage is still there at times, it's just the touchdowns we're looking for in a decent matchup this week. The biggest question mark here, how healthy are his receiving weapons? Until we really find out, got him right here at number 12. Number 11, Ryan Tannehill, Tennessee Titans, a difficult matchup going up against the Chicago Bears. Not an easy matchup whatsoever. If you've watched this show for any length of time, you know I like Ryan Tannehill and consider him one of the most consistent fantasy football quarterbacks here in 2020. Given the matchup, though, we got to limit the ceiling a little bit. Got to put him a little bit lower inside the top 12 right here at number 11. Number 10, maybe a surprise to people, also Derek Carr, Las Vegas Raiders, going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. So a great matchup for Derek Carr. A lot of people want to look at last week's box score and just say, Derek Carr sucks. No, he really doesn't. Prior to last week in a bad weather game, he had been one of the most consistent fantasy quarterbacks, averaging close to 20 fantasy points per game. In a great matchup this week, got Derek Carr at number 10. Number 9, Tom Brady. We already talked about this matchup, Sunday Night Football, going up against Drew Brees. Plus, this is the week he gets Antonio Brown. How limited is Chris Godwin with a broken finger? Can he catch passes with a cast on? Just some other questions. However, plenty of weapons at the disposal of one Tom Brady. Got him sitting right here at number 9. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens. A difficult matchup going up against Indianapolis, but that defense was torched last week. Plus, over the last 2 games played, Lamar Jackson has finally started to use his legs a little bit more of what we saw in 2019 that gives him the safer floor. To really take him to the next level, he's got to get going in the passing game to move any higher up in these rankings. As of late, Marquise Hollywood Brown kind of complaining about his role, wants some more looks. Does he get him this week, and does that boost Lamar? Something we need to pay attention to before we put him any higher. As of right now, got him at number 8. Number 7, Big Ben Roethlisberger going up against the dumpster fire that is the Dallas Cowboys. Really? I would like to put Ben higher, but I'm not going to because of the actual offense in Dallas. Does Pittsburgh get an early lead and really just rely on the run second half? That's something that I could see happening, and it could limit the upside of Ben Roethlisberger. Still a safer play. Got him at number 7. Number 6, Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, in what could be a shootout against the Seattle Seahawks. We know the Seahawks are going to put points up on the board, which only means Josh Allen's going to continue to have to throw the ball all 4 quarters. The biggest issue there, can he throw the ball with enough accuracy to his receivers to put up those solid fantasy numbers that we saw the first few weeks of the game? It's a great matchup and an opportunity for him to get back on track. Got Josh Allen at number 6. Number 5, the wonder rookie himself, Justin Herbert, Los Angeles Chargers, going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. A great matchup for Justin Herbert, but does it really matter? All this guy does is go out and throw multiple touchdowns almost every single week. We know they're going to throw the ball with consistency, and with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, do they get Tremaine Pope back in the backfield to give him that added weapon and put him over the top? I think he has a great game. Got him at number 5. Number 4, Kyler Murray, Arizona Cardinals, a matchup going up against the Miami Dolphins. A Dolphins defense which isn't given enough credit. They're not that bad. But Kyler Murray and his rushing upside and his ability to lock onto DeAndre Hopkins and put points on the board cannot be ignored. Got Kyler Murray right here at number 4. Number 3, Russell Wilson, Seattle Seahawks, going up against the Buffalo Bills. And honestly, 1, 2, and 3 on this list are all interchangeable. I think they all have great matchups and have that ability to put up huge points this week. We know Russell Wilson is going to go out there and utilize DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and really just go out there and be super efficient with the football and not turn it over in a matchup going up against Buffalo, which could very easily turn into a shootout like Russell Wilson. They're going to let him cook once again. Got him at number 3. Number 2, Deshaun Watson, Houston Texans, a great matchup going up against Jacksonville. And before the bye week, Watson's just been playing great, right? I mean, we're seeing constantly 3 touchdowns, 300 yards a game, and the guy could easily put up those numbers once again against the defense of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Got him at number 2. That means number 1 is going to be Patrick Mahomes. Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Carolina Panthers. What we really want in this game is for Carolina to put some points up on the board so we can continue to get Patrick Mahomes to throw all 4 quarters. But then again, does it even matter? He threw all 4 quarters last week when they were blowing out the Jets. The guy can put up huge numbers, and we already know the potential for big plays in this offense is going to keep Patrick Mahomes right here at number 1. All right, so those are my top 20 quarterbacks here for Week 9 fantasy football. But like usual, remember our rankings are probably a little bit different. That's okay. It's a different perspective, right? Sometimes seeing both sides of the story really helps you make decisions for your fantasy football lineup. That's what it's all about, right? Coming to the best possible lineup to win fantasy football matchups. Greatly appreciate the support, and we're looking forward to hanging out with you guys on Saturday evening, right? 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll go live once again. We've been doing it all year long, and we really enjoy hanging out with Headliner Nation. So make sure you set an alarm, set a reminder, whatever you got to do. Come hang out with us on Saturday evening for our live show. We greatly appreciate you guys, and we will talk to you later. Hopefully you had a great week. Thanks.